Well, it's another pickups week, and we have some new releases from Amazon. We have some Woot pickups. I took a chance on a few games from GameStop, and we raided the limited run vault again, but this time at an even bigger discount. Let's get to it. It's the Bargain Game Hunter. Yes, I'm still at it, and we have a big pickups week this week. I probably could have broken this into multiple episodes because there's a lot to it, but we have so many episodes currently planned. I'm not going to try to stretch things out if I don't need to. So, yeah, we got some good pickups this week. Bunch of stuff from Amazon, bunch of stuff from Woot, some GameStop, some limited run, you name it. But let's start with what I've got so far, because I'm going to be getting packages throughout the week, so I'll show off even more. We'll start off with a game that's a surprise banger. And this got ported to the Switch by Limited Run, and it's surprisingly hard to find. But I finally got one. We have Glover on the Switch. Now, if you don't know, this is a platformer that came out on the Nintendo 64, I believe on the PlayStation as well, but it might just be on the N64, where you play as a glove. And it looks interesting. It's a limited run distribution game, so it's not a numbered release. But this was released possibly exclusively on Amazon, and it's actually kind of hard to find. There's a while where you just couldn't order it, and I happened to find a spot where it was available, so I ordered it. It took quite a while to come in, but I got it finally, so now I have a brand new sealed copy of Glover on the Switch. Pretty solid there. Next up is a game that I saw that looked interesting. It's another limited run distribution game, but I wanted to pick it up because it looked cool. Figured I'd give it a shot. We have Shady Part of Me on the Switch. This is a Focus interactive game, but it looks interesting. It's like a puzzle 2D, 3D platformer thing. Looks kind of cool. Figured I'd give it a shot. Not too bad there. Another limited run distro game. We have a trend here today. This one is a fighting game that originally came out on the original Xbox, but got ported to the Switch and the PS4. I got the PS4 version, so I can play it on PS5. We have SNK versus Capcom SVC Chaos on the PS4. This looks pretty good. It's another classic 2D fighting game. I've heard it was pretty solid on the Xbox, and now I can play it on PS5. Pretty cool there. Then we have a game that fun backstory about this. This is a game that has been out for a while, and it was really expensive to get physically because I believe this was one of the earlier limited run releases. And Devolver Digital has recently started just releasing games on their own without partnering with Limited Run or Strictly Limited or one of those companies, because I think they want money. And they know that if they just make these games accessible, people will buy them. So they did a new print of this game. It includes all the DLC. I've heard it's a great game. So now I have a physical copy that was just released on Switch. We have The Messenger on the Switch. It's a $30 game. Heard great things about it, and now you don't have to pay a ludicrous price to get this on the Switch physically, so that's cool. So then I ordered from GameStop, and I ordered 2 pre-owned games as well as a new game. I wasn't too concerned about the 2 pre-owned games because I figured they would probably come complete. They did, thankfully. I haven't gotten a new game yet, so we'll get that one when it comes in, but I do have my pre-owned games. So we're going to start off with Anno 1800, the console edition on the Xbox Series X. I believe this is not an RTS, but that kind of a strategy type game. I've heard good things about it. It looks pretty cool. I've wanted to get it for a little bit, but it was never for the right price, and I ended up picking it up at GameStop for $10, so I think that's a good price for it. And then, yep, you'll laugh at this one. I know this game has not gotten the greatest reputation, but I wanted to pick up a physical because I have a feeling it's one of those games where it might be shorter lived than we think, although it is still active, so that's good. Redfall on the Xbox Series X. Did get the physical copy, includes a disc. You do have to do a content download in order to play it, but I do have a physical copy of Redfall, so there we go. that's what I've got so far. I've got some more games coming in throughout the week, so when they come in, I will show those off. It's a new day, and I got some more pickups from Woot and from Limited Run. Let's start with the Woot stuff. So, Woot is doing a spring sale, and they continuously have been adding more and more games to said spring sale. So if you're looking for some mostly obscure games, this is a really good sale to do because you can get stuff for pretty darn cheap. I actually placed 2 orders. The second order hasn't come in yet, but the first one did come in today. Now, one item that is not going to be shown because you don't need to see it really is I did buy a second copy of Loop 8 on the Xbox One. The reason behind this, even though I already own the collector's edition of it, is because it actually trades into GameStop for $8.80. So, free money. So I got it. So that's going to be going into GameStop along with my Wii U copy of Xenoblade Chronicles X because realistically, I don't need the Wii U version if I have the Switch version. So I'm going to trade that in and then return a game that I already have that I bought last week. And I should get me some credit that I can put towards some new releases that come out the end of this week. So that's going to happen. But anyway, in terms of the stuff I got today, we're going to start off with Flint, Treasure of Oblivion on the PS5. So this is a pirate tactical RPG, apparently. Sounds cool. Pirate games are pretty uncommon for the most part. Like, yeah, you got your Black Flags and your Skull and Boneses and your Sea of Thieveses, but this one is a single-player game. Sounds interesting. I figured I'd give it a shot. I'm a sucker for pirate games, and I only paid like $15 for it, so figured that was worth a snag. This one, they actually had 2 different versions of it, but this is the cooler version, so I figured I'd pick it up. It is a multiplayer-only game, so I'll have to play it online, but, I mean, I've heard it's fun. And I wouldn't say I'm a fan of the franchise, but I know enough about it where I probably at least get some enjoyment. We have Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the game, on the PS5. This is the deluxe edition. Comes with a steelbook, some extra DLCs, a poster, stickers, and some extra cosmetics in-game. It was only like $30, I think. Actually, no, I think it was $20. It was really cheap. So I figured I might as well snag that to add to the collection. And you'll actually see a unboxing of this as well as another game that I'll show you in a second as part of the unboxing series. So now let's get to Limited Run. So Limited Run has done Wave 2 of the Vault. So they took the Vault, which are basically just a bunch of games that they need to clearance out to get rid of because they're either leftovers from a convention or from pre-orders that they just want to get rid of. They put them in the vault and made them available, and then once they sell out, they sell out. So because some of the Phase 1 stuff was still available when Phase 2 dropped, they decided we really want to get rid of Phase 1. So they emailed everybody who has bought from them in the past a coupon for 40% off games that were in the vault from Phase 1. So if there was anything left in Phase 1 that you were interested in and you got that coupon, you could get it for even cheaper. And let me remind you, the prices in the vault were already discounted. So it's a super discount. So you can pick up limited run games for under $20. And in fact, I think all but 1, maybe 2 of these things that I'm about to show you were less than $20. Which, especially when you consider their value, is pretty crazy. But we'll get to that. So we're going to start off with a double pack of a JRPG series that looked pretty cool, and it was really cheap. So I figured, you know what, might as well snag it. We have Revenant Saga and Revenant Dogma, the double pack on the Switch. It's a Chemo RPG series. Looked interesting. I'm always down to play some new JRPGs, and hey, this is a cool looking one that I got for like $12. It was really, really cheap, so can't go wrong with that. Then we have this one, which looks interesting. It is a visual novel, which I admit I enjoy. This one looks kind of wacky, so I'm like, yeah, might as well give it a shot. We have Senran Banka, 1,000 Colors of Love on the Switch. It's an anime girl game. Woo. I mean, I'll check it out at some point. It looks interesting. Both of those were distro games for limited run. This one is not, though. This one is actually a numbered release. And on top of that, it was a convention exclusive that they, for some reason, still had copies of. So I picked it up. And apparently the story behind this game is interesting because it was intended to be an arcade game that was never released. So it was brought back and reinterpreted, and now it's in this game. It's a modern arcade game, basically. So it sounds interesting, and it has a really cool cover, so I figured I'd pick it up. We have Akahara on the Switch. This is an Atari game, so it was intended to come out in arcades by Atari. Apparently it's like a really classic style arcade game. That's a really cool looking cover, so, you know, figured I'd pick it up, especially because this was under 20 bucks, I believe. So, pretty sick there. And then last but certainly not least, this was a game I did consider when the initial drop happened because it was available on Xbox. And I only have, I think, 1 or 2 limited run Xbox games because they fairly recently started doing Xbox releases. But I did pick this up because it is a game that I like a lot. Did not get a physical release because it was technically a standalone DLC. But Limited Run did a physical release of it. And I decided to pick it up, and it's a pretty cool version of it. We have Far Cry Blood Dragon, the VHS edition, on the Xbox One. So it comes in this really cool, oversized, like VHS style case. It's pretty cool looking. I like the look of it. The only downside to this is it doesn't really come with much, and we'll dive a little deeper into that when I do the unboxing. I have already opened this, but I will do a deeper dive in the unboxing video. But there's the little VHS case. And then, of course, here's the actual game. It's the normal Xbox One case for Far Cry Blood Dragon on the Xbox One. This one is also a numbered release, so pretty cool. So yeah, that's everything that I got today. I still have 2 packages that I'm expecting before the end of the week. One is another one from Woot, and then I have one more game from GameStop that was delayed. So that's supposed to arrive tomorrow, I believe. But yeah, having a pretty good week, getting lots of cool stuff to add to the collection. And it's going to get better. Stay tuned. Alright, it is time for a pretty epic final recap. And I do have one more game that I did not show you. We'll get to in a second. So we're going to go through everything that I picked up in a pretty epic pickups week. Of course, we went to Amazon, got some newish release stuff that I didn't have. Got some kind of uncommon stuff. Limited run. Got some discounted stuff, GameStop, and of course Woot. So a pretty wide variety, and some more really top quality games to add to my collection. Mostly top quality. There's at least 1 or 2 stinkers in here for sure, but you know how it is. So let's start off with Amazon, and we'll start off with The Messenger on the Switch. I've heard really good things about this game. I've never played it. It's a really expensive game from Limited Run. I think Special Reserve also did a version of this, or one of the other limited print copies. But now there's just a regular standard edition that includes all the content that's easily accessible, which is great. So I picked it up for 30 bucks on Amazon. And it's worth 30 bucks because it just came out. So good stuff there. Next we have Shady Part of Me on the Switch. This is a limited run distro game. It looks pretty cool. It just sounds like another interesting concept Switch game that I figured I'd want to add to my collection, so pretty happy to grab that. I picked 35, and this one is actually worth 40, so good pickup there. Next, we have SNK versus Capcom on the PS4. This is a port of the original Xbox game, which oddly enough, this didn't get a release on Xbox for the remaster. I don't know why, but it came out on PS4 and I think Switch as well. Another limited run distro game with SNK, but hey, it's a good fighting game. Might as well add it to the collection. I paid 35. This one is actually worth 60, so pretty good value there. And then this one is just kind of hard to find. It's another limited run distro game, but it's very hit or miss whether you can actually get it or not. And I got one finally. Glover on the Switch. It's port of an N64 and I think PS1 game that now has a Switch port. Distro by Limited Run. I paid $35, and this one's actually worth $85. I don't know why it's that expensive. I guess it's kind of hard to find, but here you go. I got Glover. Now we're going to GameStop and picked up 3 games from GameStop, 2 of which I've wanted to add for a little bit, and then 1 of which I was informed about that I decided to grab it. So we'll start off with Redfall on the Xbox Series X. I know this game has a bad rep. It's, of course, a notorious game for being kind of buggy, and it was the game that closed Arcane Austin, but it's a first-party Xbox game, and there is a physical copy of it. It's, sadly enough, it's one of the last few that does have one, because a lot of first-party Xbox games are not getting physical releases now, so wanted to pick it up. I paid $17, which is definitely too much. It's only worth $15 in complete form. At least it is complete. So yeah, I know I took a little bit of a loss there, but that's fine. I mean, Redfall's not a game you're going to see very often, especially at pawn shops, because who bought Redfall? So I had to pay up a little bit, but that's fine. Then we have Anno 1800 on the Xbox. This is a strategy RTS style game. I have a nice collection of those now on PS4, Xbox especially. Heard good things about it, so I figured I'd give it a shot. I paid $9, it's worth $11. Then we have Lempo. This is the new game I just got today on the PS5. Shout out to Easy Gamer on YouTube. He picked this up recently. It sounded interesting. The visuals look really cool. It's a red art game, and it was just available on GameStop's website. It's one you're not going to find easily. You kind of have to go searching for it. There's a lot of stuff on there where you don't realize it's on GameStop's website until you go searching for it. But hey, I found this. I got a brand new sealed copy. Pretty excited to add it to the collection. I paid $35, and this one is worth $45. So nice little bump up in value there. Then we're going to go to Limited Run, where I took advantage of the clearance deal that they were doing for the first wave of Vault games. Now, fun fact, as of the time of this recording, they just announced, I think at the end of the month, they're going to be completely getting rid of any games left in the Wave 1 of the Vault. So if you want any Wave 1 games that are still available, I would pick them up, because if you don't, you won't have an easy time finding them. But I picked up 4 games, and I think these are all pretty solid pickups. We'll start out with a Revenant Saga and Revenant Dogma on the Switch, a dual pack of Chemo JRPGs. Looks like a pretty solid double pack, and this was really cheap because I know I explained this earlier, but I got a promo that gave me 40% off everything from Wave 1 that was already discounted. So you could get some limited run stuff for very cheap. Case in point, for this, I paid $12 for a brand new limited run distro Switch game. It's worth $35. So pretty solid deal there. Then we have Senran Banka, 1,000 Colors of Love on the Switch. It's a visual novel with anime girls. I don't know why I decided to buy this. It just looked interesting. So I grabbed it. I paid $15 for this. It's worth $73. Okay. Apparently it's a valuable game. Then we have Akahara on the Switch. This is the convention exclusive cover, which this version is still available. I guess this game just wasn't a big seller for limited run. It's apparently a arcade game that was developed by Atari that was never released, and then they basically redid it on current platforms. Cover alone makes it look really cool, and it sounds like an interesting piece of history, so I figured I'd pick it up. I paid $21 for this. It's worth $87, so another really good bump up there. And then last but certainly not least, we have Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, the classic edition on the Xbox. This is a physical copy of the formerly digital-only Far Cry 3 spin-off game Blood Dragon, which if you haven't played Blood Dragon, you should. It's fantastic. 80s retro inspired. It's got this really cool art style. It's fantastic. So definitely check out Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. Ubisoft, make a full Far Cry game that's based around Blood Dragon, please. I paid $33 for the VHS edition. It's worth $72. Good bump up there. And then last but certainly not least, we're going to Woot, where I picked up some more games. I don't think I've shown 4 of these on the channel. I know I've shown 2 of them, but I don't think I've shown these 4. So we'll go over them now. Well, some of them. So we'll start off with Flint, Treasure of Oblivion on the PS5. This is a tactical pirate game. I'm down. I'm a big fan of pirates, and that sounds interesting to me. So I figured I'd pick it up, especially because it was like 15 bucks. Yeah, 15 bucks is worth 30, so good pickup there. Then we have Spirit of the North, the Enhanced Edition on the PS5. The second one is coming out soon on PS5, so I figured I'd pick up the PS5 version of the original. Looks good. I've heard really good things about Spirit of the North, so now I have a physical copy of it. Pretty happy about that. I paid 15, it's worth 20. Not a huge bump, but that's okay. Then we have Empire of the Ants on the Xbox. This is a game where you are in charge of an ant colony. Sounds really weird. Surprised this got made, but hey, could be cool. If you wanted to live out your Bugs Life fantasy without being anthropomorphic, here you go. Figured I'd grab it. I paid 30 bucks for this. It's worth 47. Then speaking of bugs, we have Starship Troopers Extermination on the PS5. You kill giant bugs, because why not? It's another one of those co-op online focused games, kind of like Helldivers 2, that kind of thing, but based around Starship Troopers, which makes perfect sense. Figured I'd pick this up as well. It's pretty cheap. I paid 15. It's worth 49. This one has some really good value. Then we have the Hunt Showdown, the Hunter Edition, Bounty Hunter Edition on the Xbox. I've heard good things about this. It is on Game Pass, so I'll probably try it on Game Pass and keep this sealed for now, but there is DLC, so if I want all the expansions, I can just use that. It's made by Crytek. It's an online-only game. Sounds interesting. I paid 15, and this one's worth 22. Last but certainly not least, we have the Deluxe Edition, Killer Clowns from Outer Space on the PS5. This is the Steelbook case. I did an unboxing for it. It's got DLC codes and all that good stuff. Yeah, pretty happy to add this to the collection. This is another multiplayer-only game, but this one's made by the same people who did Friday the 13th. But it looked cool. Figured I'd give it a shot, so why not? That one I paid 20 bucks. It's worth 70. Pretty happy about that. And that is it for a pretty epic pickups week. I feel like every week my statement is always, oh, I'm going to take it easy. And then I don't. And I wouldn't say I regret it, but I always look at not only how much I spend every week, but also my collection and realize I'm running out of room incredibly fast. This week does not help. Thankfully, so far next week, I don't have a ton of stuff, but I have some coming in, including some new releases. I got Buy 4 for 40 is back at GameStop, so I took advantage of that and some other good stuff, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, that's going to do it for this episode of the Bargain Game Hunter. Thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell, that way you know when new videos drop. And I will see you on the next episode of the Bargain Game Hunter. Bye-bye.